Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning at ProQuality Conference 2025. My name is Oksana Belavus. I will be your moderator during this session and will monitor all your questions, and they will be announced after the presentation. And please say hi our tech moderator who is in background but is responsible for our tech stack through the whole presentation. And today we're starting our conference day by talking about key mindset. And we are very delighted to see Maryna as our headliner, who has exciting experience and will share with us today an interesting topic. So Maryna, it's great to have you here on ProQuality Conference. And dear audience, please feel free to ask any questions on the YouTube chat and subscribe to our channel. And we'll address all questions to our speaker in the Q&A session part. And don't forget to send the badges and rate our event at the end as well. And Marino, my first question for you. Do you think it's necessary for every tester or person to be a confident person? Or it's the problem when you're a little shy or modest?
Mm. Thank you very much. And first of all, thanks a lot for the great opportunity to participate in this wonderful conference. And yeah, the question is really great because confidence, from one point of view, is not exactly that is kind of game changer because we always doubt. Yeah, because our main pillar is a critical thinking. That is why if we have some software or some problem, we should challenge this software, we should challenge this problem. So it's not about self-confidence. We always would say that, okay, we have tested it, but potentially we can do more. But it's not about to be shy because if you are shy, yeah, sometimes you're not expressing vocal enough some problems, some misalignments, some gaps. That is why, yeah, it's not about self-confidence and shyness, but critical thinking, I would say.
It's like you need to have a voice, right?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. But thank God, yeah, because sometimes we work remote, we can write something. Yeah, you see, not voice literally.
Yeah. So, okay, let's get started. Marina, I'll pass floor to you.
With pleasure. Thank you very much. And let's go on. I'm Maryna Didkovska. I'm a senior director in the domain of quality architecture. And when I was shaping these slides and this deck, I started to think about my previous career. I started as a developer, AI developer. I should say then I switched to AI testing because it was more challenging to test AI software than to develop it actually. Business analyst, set, test manager, quality architect. And from one point of view, I would say we exactly call it T-shaped specialist. Yeah. When we talk about quality architects, we call unicorn specialists. Yes, that is why you have some funny pictures, AI-enabled pictures, I assume. But actually, all these paths is about transformation. I was transforming my skills. Yeah, I was changing them, but something was always with me. Some elements, some details of mindset. That is why let's discuss together today. Yeah, so feel free to challenge me, to challenge yourself. Yeah, to be masters of critical thinking. What is this transformation and what types of transformation do we do on a regular basis? Because you see, from one point of view, I was transforming my skills and my activities, actually, they were transforming me. But as a tester, I assume that we also transform the reality. And let me tell you the story. Several weeks ago, I would say that maybe something like 2 months ago. With my friends, we were attending Korean restaurant in Budapest. Yeah, you see, maybe it's a really funny choice. Yeah, to attend Korean restaurant in the Budapest. I was a little bit late because it was quite challenging to find parking place there. And all other guys from our group, they made order already. So when I was doing my orders, I said, okay, I would like to take this thing. Menu was in English, Hungarian, and Korean. Okay, and I was hungry. Yeah, maybe when you're hungry, you're not so patient, but that was not really the case. In 10 minutes, waiter returned back and said that they're not capable to deliver my order. And I was like, really? Why? Because this order is only for 2 persons. And my first reaction was like, oh, give me the menu, please. I opened it and asked where it is stated here. So, no such information in English, no such information in Hungarian. And they say, actually, we have this information in Korean. So, you see, it's about management's expectation. Do we really expect in the heart of Hungarian capital that we are all really good in Korean language? We had some additional discussion, and I asked them to find some workaround and solution. Yeah, I was hungry. Information was not in the menu. So I got my order. Spoiler alert. And it was really tasty. I think that 2 weeks ago, again, I was in this restaurant. I opened menu again and saw they have reprinted it. Right now, all this information and even additional description was already in place. So information is provided, you can manage expectation, and you have happy customers, because I wasn't quite happy at the beginning of this situation. I was sitting, I was hungry, I was waiting. Then I got some strange, from my point of view, situation. Right now, everything is great. I cannot solve. I got already this question about confidence. Am I confident that everything is great right now? The answer is no. Is the situation better right now? Yes. You know already more details. You can take your choice in a better shape. And what actually have I done? Yeah, I have done my traditional activity, bug report. And with our testing approach, yeah, with our traditional activities, actually we transform the reality. So you see, my skills were transformed. We transform the reality, but reality also on a regular basis transform us. Maybe my favorite situation in testing domain. Um, let's take this kind of historical dive, deep dive. Yeah, I assume that every couple of years we are promised that something would end testing. Okay, you see, I'm smiling. Is it true or not? Yeah. At the beginning of this century, yeah, first 10 years, we were promised that automation will replace all manual tests. I'm from development. I enjoy coding. I enjoy all this automation stuff. But what was the reality? Actually, we have balance between automation and really great focus on exploratory testing. Nice. Then blossoming of agile. We are still in agile reality, but We were told that in this reality, we don't need dedicated testers. Yeah, everybody would be cross functional, and we will discuss it today also. But testers became quality coaches. Hmm, not actually replacement. Then shift left and DevOps would absorb testing into pipelines. Great, but we all know that shift left sometimes, often, is not enough. And as the result, from one point of view, we have shift left, from other point of view, we have shift right, human in the loop, as response to this approach. So again, balance and rebalance, codeless automation. Now, we have right now, in parallel with our wonderful conference, one more European conference, Eurostar. And a lot of discussion are focused on codeless automation plus AR, because still it is a great idea on the market that we can involve in testing not only, I would say, more technical people, but subject matter experts, business analysts, etc., etc. Still, less than 10% of the market covered with codeless automation. 10% is already huge amount, but it's not about 60, it's not about 80, it's not about, yeah, we would never have somewhere 100%, but with codeless automation, we still need logic, we still need understanding of scripting, algorithm design, test design, debugging, maintenance of these scripts. I had previously project where we had to maintain more than couple of thousands codeless scripts. Hmm, nice. Then, next promise from the market. Crowd testing and beta programs will replace internal code. No, still we need to have balance, yeah. Otherwise, we would have kind of really, I would say, not so major releases. What else? Right now, we are promised that AI would replace developers, testers, anybody. Um, Still not the case. And right now, yeah, in new AI game, software engineering test or software developer test and corresponding mindset should be and could be a new game changer. So the pattern was common. Something could replace testers. The reality is actually our activities are slightly changed, but mindset, no. And we are the most adaptive organisms, bacteria, viruses, and testers. So we adopt the reality, we change the reality, but our QA mindset is a really differentiator. I was being the head of testing in Europe. I was asking this question: what is QA mindset for you? I got huge variety of answers, but please take a look. From one point of view, that's our traditional. Curious, focused, reliable, but what I really like to highlight, yeah, make the world better. Continuous improvement, experimenting, strive for quality. You see, it is in our mindset by design to make transformation. And if you would ask me to mention three pillars of QA mindset, first of all, it's about changing the world, but nothing new. Do you still remember that when we have juniors, yeah, we explain them that being a good tester is not only about create test case or create bug report. We would like this bug report and this bug to be fixed and make our software better. And I have also illustrated with real life examples. So we are changing our reality world, transforming with our approach and strive for quality. The next pillar for me, sorry, early morning for me, the art of smart skepticism. And it's also a game changer. When everybody is saying, wow, AI is working perfectly, I wouldn't Google anymore. I would go to ChatGPT and ask questions there. We should say, oh, do you really know how LLM work? Can LLM actually provide such type of result? Do we really have something? When I see, for example, request to LLM, please calculate metrics. And then it says, no, 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 no way, guys, it's not how the system works. It's absolutely other stuff. There is no mechanism for calculations. That is why we should be skeptical. We should, I really like this. In God we trust, the rest we test. Yeah. And we should have these doubts. Yeah, we have some good result, but maybe it is fault positive result. And really, in this new AI reality, our scope for testing is increasing. That's the question. And of course, thinking out of box. Not only happy paths, but we are professional here. We understand that we should think about happy paths, edge corners. Why we are talking about thinking of box right now? Just because AI reality again make shift for us. What is a good result from LLM? What is correct? What is complete? What is good enough? Results are not repeatable as is anymore. Previously, we had preconditions, steps to reproduce, and expected results, and test cases were deterministic. Software was deterministic. What about our reality? Oops. That is why we need to think out of box, how to shape the process in this situation. And not only we discuss mindset on the market. So I have made some really small but still research topics on conferences dedicated to K mindset. Yes, curiosity is your core skill. Testers translate risk to information. Break like a hacker, think like a user. So mindset stuff. Even yesterday, I was listening to a wonderful presentation dedicated to K mindset, and it is even PhD work. Brilliant. So our mindset is a differentiator. Do we understand it? Really? My answer would be no. Let me show why. um, let me share one case. We were doing transformation of one of the world leading digital travel company. They asked us to make actually their teams cross-functional without dedicated testers, without dedicated, I would say, only developers. And they were focused on developers. So the question was to transform the developers to these T-shaped specialists that can do anything and everything, including testing. Hmm. Yeah, they had a lot of challenges previously, this movement of stories, case developers, not optimal feedback cycle, working on multiple. So a lot of process issues. But what is a pain point here? Restructuring of of their teams took over 3 years. Mindset transformation from development to this T-shaped specialists that include testing took more than 3 years. For pilot teams, 1 year. So we can, in couple of weeks or months, we could be onboarded on a new language. Technical stack transformation, I would say it's fast mindset transformation is a huge problem. Have we done this transformation ideally? Room for improvement, definitely. Yeah, I understand that we can say that it was customer request to focus on developers. But let's take a look in our QA skills. We have software testing engineer. We have software quality engineer. We have software test automation engineer and software engineer in test. Yeah, and our software engineer in test already by design has coding skills, development skills, definitely. Our main pillar, QA mindset and testing skills, and DevOps experience. So by design, we already in our skill set landscape have people who are equipped with huge variety of engineering skills. So what would be the next step for them? Actually, if we provide them or they start to develop agents, AI agent for development, AI agent for DevOps activities, for testing, by design, they are capable to understand and validate, and if necessary, fix the results from these three domains. When all other, I would say, skills in IT should make this mindset transformation, because previously, we were as developers, building the code. Right now, if agent would help us, our first task would be to validate the result. But validation, first of all, is about QA mindset. It's in our blood. It is by design. So other skill sets, they need to make this additional transformation, not just development, but understanding what is good. For example, we can generate unit tests. Are they good? Are they good enough? What would be the quality criteria for them? Yeah, we can generate user stories from epics, break down them. Good enough? Yeah. And what we see on the market right now, our colleagues, they start to compete with AI story instead of delegating some routine, validating the results, and possibility to get this time actually, in a nutshell, for creativity. Now, yeah, maybe it's my pain point. I see often that with AI, people try to delegate creative stuff. Yeah, I got maybe interesting or funny request 2 days ago, like, okay, you can create bot agent. Sorry, not a bot, agent that can do automation. I also can do automation. Create me bot that would do exploratory testing. And I was like, okay, why we are not delegating routine, but try to delegate creative stuff? Strange. But that's again about this mindset transformation and corresponding mindset transforming activities. So let me return a little bit back on this slide. I really try to say that actually, from one point of view, nobody is completely prepared for AI reality. But QA, because of our historical background, because of 20 years of transformation and promises that something would replace QA, and we know that quality is a game changer. But right now, I would say that we are kind of a little bit more equipped for this reality. We have sets by design, and we should use this game changer as this differentiator for all of us. And actually, we could be happy because of it. And then we can expand this vision to all other our skill groups that can make our life better. And again, the amount of testing wouldn't be less in new reality, but it would be completely, not completely, but let me say significantly different from what we have right now. We would have huge amount of challenges because new test strategy, new testing approaches, absolutely new focus area. And from one point of view, you hear that AI is evolution. You do the same stuff, just faster. Come on, guys, it's also a revolution. New type of application, AI infused application. And testing of this type of application is absolutely new revolution stuff. And it's a blue ocean. Now I would say silver bullets right now. And you actually could be the first to make this difference. Thank you very much. And I'm open for your questions.
Thank you so much for your presentations. It was very positive, as always, and energetical, motivating story in the restaurant. And now we're starting the Q&A session. Marina, I have the first question for you. And
Okay.
can you share some examples of how a key mindset has positively impacted a project or team or something
Okay.
from your experience? Yeah.
Okay. Thank God we are not asking about how K mindset negatively influence, but that's also a great question. First of all, mm, when we make these bug reports, also we can make proposals and enhancement. Yeah. And actually, from business point of view, being more customer centric, I would say we can, with the help of our proposals, that something is not working as expected, but not according to the user story, but according to the common sense, according to according to your personal understanding how this software should work and operate, we can actually bring really good stuff on the table of the project. And here I would like to illustrate on one of my previous projects. Maybe it was one of the first projects in EPAM for me. We got tester who initially worked for fintech from banking. Yeah. And this person also was doing not kind of navigation driven testing, menus, buttons, etc., etc., but based on the previous background, was optimizing business flows on a customer side and provided really great insights. How can it be done in a better way? So you see, as a result, yeah, customers were absolutely happy, and the quality of software was on a really good level. That is why it's really great when you join testing and IT, not only, I would say, from computer science domain, from IT related stuff, but from other business area. That's incredibly beneficial. But about vice versa. Um, Sometimes, often, we really strive for excellence. And we say that no, 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 no. Okay, we need to make additional cycle of testing. We would like to have bigger database for testing. We would like to have bigger scope of data, etc. And in vast majority of the cases, that's the right approach. But sometimes we are overthinking and we are losing the balance between, I would say, being in a safe zone and being still cost efficient and being in time.
Yeah.
I have right now a situation, not right now, also from previous, just right now, I was reminded about it. So, about performance testing, um, the problem was mostly, I would say, on previous vendor side, and for every bug, this drive for excellence led to the 3 cycles of performance testing, one by one week every cycle. So you can only imagine how long does it take to go to production in such situation. So the intention is wonderful. Is it balanced? Questionable.
Thank you. That's a great point. So we have a few questions, and the next question from Alona: how can a QA mindset be fostered and encouraged within a team or organization?
Oh, that's really great. First of all, um, let's maybe start with previous question. Yeah, when your QAs are providing some insights on business logic, provide some enhancement, support them, highlight these proposals to the stakeholders, encourage them, motivate, even provide some badges, and first of all, say a huge thanks for these type of activities. Otherwise, they would be just in this, I have done my task and no additional creativity. The second item, please forgive, it's still early morning for me right now. I would say it's really great to have exploratory testing sessions for all the team, not QA only, but at least twice per year. Make some event, yeah, where exploratory testing would be done by developers, BAs, by everybody in your team. It would be really great for everyone to understand what type of activities should be done. That it's not something easy, yeah, but you really should make this deep dive. Let's recognize the challenge. Often we are in reality where development team is technical, brilliant, awesome, but they don't understand logic of software. I mean business logic. So it's a great exercise. So your team would really appreciate more such type of activities. And also, I would say um, the art of appreciation for finding critical bugs in time. So track your metrics, and if you understand that bug that actually would be P1, P2 on production was found earlier, they sense appreciate these activities. Don't take them just as is. Let's
Mhm.
start maybe from such baby steps, obvious steps. Are we doing them on a regular basis? We don't.
So good team should be good collaboration between all part of this team, right?
Yes, without collaboration, yeah, it wouldn't work because
Hmm.
you see, Usually we have this role games between development and testing. Works on my side. Not a bug, but feature. Everything's okay. I have done my code, so it's your time to test. So when we have issues with process, often we introduce in our agile practices such piece of puzzle like demo, dev demo. It's when I say I have developed this functionality. I'm not just merging it, deploying it, etc. But in advance, I have small meeting with QA, 5 minutes, up to 10 minutes, and show that it actually works. It's a huge collaboration, first of all. The second item, feedback cycle would be smaller and actually it would increase your quality, sometimes even more than any sophisticated and tricky automation. It's quality as joint responsibility of the team.
Okay, so we have a few more questions, and the next question from via community platform: how can we test AI infused applications?
Oh, that's the best question ever. I can make a commitment, first of all, that next talk, me or maybe Tanya Maximova, or maybe together, or together with Natasha Bogushevskaya, she was presenting on this conference, we would make dedicated talk here, because it's really big problem how to test it properly. And we need, first of all, to understand where we have this LLM part. So, what is AI infused application? First of all, we consider AI infused application with natural language layer. So, with such type of applications, yeah, we need to understand what is the nature of LLM behind the scene. Is it in-house or it's kind of commercial? Because in one situation we have a little bit more ability to look under the hood. In other situation, the beginning of the flow would be kind of black box for us. Then we would need to redesign the strategy from the very beginning. We would need to design criteria of correctness, completeness, of all this stuff. We would need to work with ground truth and check similarities, because if you have worked even with ChatGPT, ask the same question several times, guys, you would see that answers would be different. Yeah, we would need to check the content that we are providing to the system with the help of tokenizer. We would need to check how we operate with embedding, but the even more important thing, how system works with our context and sliding window. Yeah, because if you would throw all the repository into the system and make couple of cycles and say the day after tomorrow that it's not working, it's not a bug, it's a feature because of sliding window. Yeah, you see, I have already mentioned items that we were not doing before in advance. So that's a huge challenge and topic. But if you would ask me, do we need to become data scientists, for example, for all these activities? No. But it would be nice to get a really good understanding how LLM work. Without it, it would be absolutely tricky black box.
Also, I want to highlight that we had yesterday we had a separate topic regarding metaphoric testing, and you can also review and maybe there more detailed answer on your question. So yeah, and the next question: do you see any areas in software development where AI is not applicable and there is no reason to change mindsets?
First of all, from the very beginning, when we got the idea to develop some software or something like that, this part of creativity, it's absolutely on our plate. And in other items, creativity shouldn't be delegated to routine activities. So we don't like to make some code reviews sometimes, yeah. We don't like to make some repeatable configuration of the system, etc. So delegate this stuff to AI. But in all the creative activities, we can do it. So come on. I cannot say that if, for example, let's be brutally transparent here. From one point of view, when we build automation and we are creative and make efficient automation, that's one part of the story. But if we can delegate routine part, we should do it. And when we have situation that our automation tester is asking manual tester in advance to create absolutely detailed test case manually, and all the activity of our automation tester is just to translate from, I would say, English or some native language to some programming language, that's definitely area for AI that should be delegated.
Yeah, we definitely should to try AI, right? Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I suppose it will be maybe not the last, but who knows? Do you believe at some point in far future AI will develop key mindset? It will develop key mindset.
I like your question. Yeah, I will see my question. Okay, so no,
I
yeah,
suppose no.
technically, from what I see right now, we have in AI elements of reasoning structured. Yeah, we have elements of traditional AI. Still, it's not. So, yes, of course, we would see. Would we have really big game changers in the next 1,000 of days based on all the products? But I found maybe brilliant answer to your question. We understand as testers different between ad hoc testing and exploratory testing. So can AI do something like ad hoc? In some future, potentially yes. Exploratory, the answer is still no. That's
Okay.
exactly mindset differentiator. We can generate something that is doing something, yeah? But exploratory testing, it's about creativity, about this guessing, etc., etc. That would be a little bit more tricky.
Okay, thanks for your brilliant answer. I like your energy during this conference.
I'm kind of surprised. It's for me. It was 8 a.m. when we have started this discussion, so I'm like, okay.
Okay, and we have one long question. I need
Cool.
to voice this question, and it will be the final question for today. A lot
Okay.
of specialists complete the AI instead of delegate some work to do. The main argument is I make this work better and faster because instead of doing my work, I have to think about proper prompts, tune it, and work a lot on double checking results after using the same sources which is used. Where is the truth?
Awesome. Brilliant. That's actually what I was saying, that scope for testing in your reality is bigger. Yes, let me again be bloody transparent here and recognize the challenge. Are AI agents that we have right now working great? The answer is no. Why? The next answer, they were not actually properly tested. That is why it's like with software with huge amount of bugs. So of course, I'm talking about all the market. Yeah, I work with huge amount of agents, and I would say that right now 20% of agents are working really good and they are helping me. And 80% of agents I have to test, retest, etc., etc. That's because of quality. Quality is a game changer. Do we have right now cool methodology how to test AI agents? You know already my answer. I'm pushing you in this new reality. Let's do it. And that's why, for example, we have hackathon right now, and we are working on automation testing of AI agents. That's the idea to show that it's not just mock test. We got some results, but in order to have production-like implementation of these agents, they should be of a good quality. And that is why, yes, you compete and say, it's easier for me to work without it. I have found for my activities places where with AI, it's faster, it's better for me as for test managers, for quality architect, shaped corresponding pieces of these activities. And definitely, for example, for unit tests, if I would calculate man hours that I need to cover coding base for more than 5 million of lines, definitely I would use AI for these activities. But with quality gates, with a great understanding what's a good unit test for me, what is a necessary coverage for me, and corresponding review. Otherwise, so quality is a absolutely game changer here. Otherwise, resistance, we don't need this. We would still live in our favorite and beloved Stone Age. But without quality, we wouldn't adopt it.
Yeah, let's keep that in mind. Okay, and our time is up. Thank you so much for sharing your experience today with us. And dear listeners, thank you for supporting this event. I want to emphasize the importance of your feedback and please send the badge to our great speaker and rate the event at the end as well. The presentation deck will be uploaded tomorrow on our talk page, and video recording will be available on the YouTube channel within 1 month after the conference. And the fact is that 18% of our viewers are not yet subscribed on our channel. Let's do it right now. It's important for us and for our growth and the future events. We have a lot of plans for future events. Don't miss it. So stay tuned, join ProQuality community, and proceed with the next speech about VR testing and virtual reality experience.
Wow.
And have a nice
Cool.
day.
Thank you
Look
very much.
forward to
Thanks again
seeing
for the
you.
possibility. Thanks a lot.